Welcome back. Now, having taken a look at the National Assembly siege that went on today, with me in the studio is a civil rights activist who will discuss on this topic and more. Austin Aigbe, you're welcome to the studio.
Nice to have me. Thank you for having me.
Our very vocal and proficient Austin. Now, getting into the matter at hand, I haven't taken a look, at the clips and what happened earlier today in the House. What came to mind?
It reminds us of the fact that we have a challenge with our democracy. It reminds us of the fact that we are no longer at the path of freedom and liberty. We're no longer at the path of true federalism. We're no longer at the path of a nation that should ensure some level of development. We were heading towards an egalitarian, we were heading towards a territorial regime. We were heading towards a junta government. And, I mean, the only thing that separates a military regime with a democratic regime is the National Assembly. If you look at what happened in the military, you have the executive, you have the tribunal who represent the judiciary. The only organ that doesn't exist in the military is the judiciary. For a military siege, is the legislature, thank you for that correction, it's a parliament. And now to have a siege, a military, some kind of warlike, Sylvester Stallone style, with a masking of individuals, attacking the parliament was a clear case that there was no need for democracy.
Now, having seen this, we woke up to what was happening. What do you think was the cause of this? Because nothing has been pinpointed. There are accusations and counter-accusations out there.
There is no counter-accusation. I listened to some folks who talked about the statement made by Saraki and the one made by Ben-Marie Bruce. There were speculations that, in fact, there were media folks who rushed into Trinity Hotel thinking that they were APC senators who were meeting there, which means they were trying to track them down. Which means they were meeting somewhere. It was either the meeting was holding within the chambers of the National Assembly, or it was holding somewhere. So there were people who were following up that meeting, and those stories just went out. So, but the fact of the matter was there was a meeting going on. So speculation, but what is a fact is that there were folks at the National Assembly this morning as early as enough time, whether it's 6 a.m., but at 7 a.m., those folks started to come out. If you can look at the TV right now, you see people who look like the days of the days where they were fighting insecurity in the southeast. There's those guys they used to call it Sakaba. They used to blindfold themselves with machetes and hammers and all of that. I saw these individuals at Isakaba. These are unknown soldiers, like Fela put it. You can't identify this individual. I can't even say that they are men of DSS. If not that the vice president eventually, or the acting president, eventually had to identify them and then take the necessary action, I will never say that these individuals who are blindfolded themselves, who look like the real rebel leaders in Mali. If you go to northern Mali, in Kita and elsewhere, where there are siege in the Malian state, these individuals look close like them. This is a threat to Nigerian democracy.
Now, having seen this and said this, do you see the rift between the executive and the legislature as one of the reasons, or the core reason why?
Whatever the reason is, if you don't like the face of Saraki, go after Saraki. If you don't like the face of Dogara, go after Dogara. To lace it at the symbol of authority is an aberration of the highest order. The secret is this. Sometimes I'm not talking because I have to support any one of them. I don't have to like a Saraki, or I don't have to like a President Buhari. But the truth is this: there are three organs in a federation or in a state, or such as in Nigeria. You have the executive, you have the legislators, the parliament, and then you have the judiciary. These organs form the government. And they talked about the separation of power. You have the executive, who does almost the day-to-day running of the affairs of the state. You have the judiciary, who ensure that there is no rift between the executive and the legislature. And then you have the legislators who make laws so that the executive do not overstep their bounds. So each of them work together for the proper coordination of a system. So when one organ of the system of this government try to usurp on the rights of another, it's not the right thing. It is not about the leadership of the legislature. It has no bearing. It is the institution. Today it is Bukola Saraki, Dr. Bukola Saraki. Tomorrow it might be Jubril, Aisha Jubril.
Someone has to take the seat.
So the seat or the position is the interest here, not the person occupied. Today's President Buhari. Yesterday it was Goodluck Jonathan. Before Goodluck Jonathan was the late Anson Musa Yar'Adua. Then we had former President Obasanjo. We had all of them. And we're still going to have more presidents to come in the future. So what is happening is history being made in Nigeria. And it beats my imagination. Because as a global citizen, although I'm a Nigerian, I'm a global citizen. Even though in my fellowship, we are called ambassador at large. Each time we're out of the country, you see yourself, you represent Nigeria. I'm ashamed when I had to talk about this siege on the National Assembly. I'm ashamed that as one who believes in democracy, as one who protect democracy, as one who speak about democracy, of the rule of law, that in my home country, this is what has come to be. If you have to deal with Saraki, as I did mention, a few days ago, the siege was laid in his house, including the house of the Deputy Senate President. That's okay. It didn't make the kind of noise, even though they had escaped all of it and eventually found their way at the Senate chamber, where they have some kind of immunity. But now, blocking, you can't go in.
That was a violation.
And you know why it pains me? DSS, the police, the army, the navy, the air force, and all of the security architecture, they are agents of the state. Or, so to say, they are agents of the people. We the people, that's what the Constitution says. In the first paragraph of the preamble of the Constitution, the 1990 Constitution, the Federal Republic of Nigeria says, we the people. So it's the people that has authority. The people elected President Buhari. The people elected Saraki. Then he became Senate President by election of his colleagues at the National Assembly level. So by virtue of that privilege that he has, he was elected by a constituency recognized by law. You may not like him.
But then again, they don't take this right personal. Okay, I'm trying not to beat the horse on this. Let's talk about now the action that trailed, all of this, having, so many condemnation, and the acting president coming out to now put a tag that this masked men, as they've been saying, are the DSS, and he sacked their DG. Was that a step? That was
an escape route. When I talk about being a global citizen, I'll be happy to use that as an escape route. That, oh, no, those were not actors of the state. I would rather have tagged them as terrorists of the government. Then the government took a very stringent decision, replaced or sacked whoever was responsible. And I will now begin to navigate my way by looking at the action of the acting president. That is commendable. I want to thank the acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, for that quick intervention. It would have put Nigeria at the stage where certain individuals may have taken Nigeria for a ride. I tell you, all of those that happen at National Assembly can happen at the state. What happened in Benue, where some very minute senator tried to impeach the governor, didn't make the kind of news because it's a sub-national level. But you are at a national level where international presence are looking at you. Whatever happened in Abuja, whatever happened to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, whether it's the executive or the judiciary or the legislators, form the nexus that become the narrative outside this country. And it pains me when you go out to the shore of this country, people tell you, are you Nigerian? Oh, that country? But by the time they get used to you, they say, maybe you are different. You are not the Nigerian that we know. You know why? People have become to see the bad aspect of this nation and wouldn't want to look at all of the positive. I tell you, Nigeria is a good country. And acting President Osinbajo has demonstrated that this country is a good country. That we have leaders who can stick by rules. We have leaders who can protect the dignity of the Constitution. We have leaders who can respect the rule of law. We have leaders who can ensure that freedom prevails in this country. And I thank him again.
for taking that commendable step. Okay, just before this happened, he also summoned the Inspector General of Police, to his presence, and the Inspector General of Police has come out to say that the police are not in any way involved in this siege. So what do you see, finally, what do you see coming forth from this after this sack and after, the denial and condemnation, rather, by all sects? What do you see as the move forward? You just highlighted the fact that, war on international for right now, they're looking at us. What step should be the next for Nigeria right now?
First, I think I'll just go by what Acting President Osinbajo has already said. Every one of those individuals who wore those masks must be opened. We need to know them. We need to prosecute them. They are enemies of democracy. And whoever sent them, all the cartel, the cabal, and who was responsible for those actions need to be made open and disgraced openly, so that the international community will know that we are power with right to democracy, with the freedom of rule, and all of those. That is one. Then two, the acting president again is just acting, and is going to act for another seven days or so before the president arrives. The acting president needs to put measure, or the presidency needs to put measure in place. Never again must we see security agency becoming a tool of intimidation of people who will need to speak freely. Even the press is being attacked. Now it's very difficult for pressmen to speak truth to power. It's difficult for people to look at the face of authority and then speak. When you say certain things that is anti-government, they come after you. They tag you and they bill you some 500,000 naira to pay. Even when what you are saying is supposed to be like some form of freedom of speech, we enjoy that under the constitution of this nation. The acting president must put those in place. Let every security architecture of this nation play by the rule, what we call the rule of engagement. If you are going to involve in politics by way of supervising election, play by the rule. If you are going to be involved in arrest, play by the rule, including the EFCC. All of this architecture become means of intimidation of opposition, or whatever you call it. And don't forget, there were speculation months ago by the opposition leaders that this kind of thing were going to happen. So seeing it play out, it just means that this guy knew what was going to happen, and it's happening.
They're basically playing.
It pains me as a citizen. But hope is not lost, because we have an acting president who is a professor of law, who knows the law, who is conversant with the Constitution, who have taken the right decision. If he had not taken it, that would have been a disaster for us as a nation. But thank God, well, he's also a pastor. So maybe it's pastoral, pastoral lecture has come on.
Come on. All right. Thank you so much, Aigbe. That has been a wonderful and quite an enlightening one. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this.
You're still on PTV. Tonight it's time for yet another break. More stories when we return. Do stay.